The best way to gain the respect of your peers is to learn how to take feedback well. It's an essential skill to learn as a teammate, a friend, a coworker, and especially as a leader. The problem is today, society is teaching us that being offended is bad. And even worse, there's this whole victim mentality going around that words can equate to violence. If you're one of those individuals, just know that you're letting your egos and your emotions get in the way of your own personal growth. So today, I'm here to share with you a 3-step process to teach you how to get out of your own way and to learn how to take feedback well. Receiving feedback well is one of the best ways to both grow as an individual and to also gain the respect of your peers. Remember that communication, it's a two-way street, and oftentimes the way we receive information is far more important than the way we convey it.
You want it to be one way. What? What is the other way?
Let me clarify my opening statements. It's okay and it's natural to feel defensive when someone's calling you out, telling you how you could have done something differently or how you could have done it better. And that's okay. But also remember, we are 100% in control of how we choose to respond to that situation. And keep this in mind, just because you don't like what you're hearing doesn't mean it isn't true.
Tell yourself the truth. If someone calls you fucking fat, they may be bullying you, but you might be fucking fat.
Here at Communication Masters, one of our 3 core values is having a continuous growth mindset. And so with that in mind, let's go over this 3-step process on how to take feedback well. The first step is to slow down your breathing. When we become angry or stressed, our bodies go through what's called a limbic response. Our breathing speeds up and we send oxygen and blood to our muscles to prepare to fight or flight. Now, we're not trying to knock anyone out here, so we need to reverse this process. By slowing down our breathing, we're redirecting that oxygen and blood back to our brains so we can use them properly. So step 1 is to slow down your breathing. Once you've done that, the second step is to think through and assess the feedback after you've calmed down. This seems simple, but it requires discipline to apply consistently. You don't need to respond immediately when receiving that feedback. A common trait I've learned from successful entrepreneurs is to not make a decision before you have to make it. This includes making a statement before you're in a state to think through it properly.
You can't let your emotions dictate what you're going to do.
So do this. In the moment, do acknowledge that you've received their message, then give yourself space to assess when you've calmed down. Ask yourself what you could have done differently, and also put yourself in that other person's shoes. Then, and only after then, should you respond to their feedback. If you agree with them, let them know they made a great point and show gratitude. Demonstrating your humility and openness to learning from them is gonna open lines of communication, build stronger rapport with them, and most importantly, lead by example. If you disagree with parts of their feedback, calmly list out the reasons why you feel that way and open up a line of dialogue to talk about it. An important note about this is when possible to do this face-to-face. The reason for that is 70% of communication is nonverbal, and doing so in person will allow both you and them to read each other's body language. Lastly, keep in mind that it takes a degree of courage for someone to give you feedback. So regardless of whether you agree or disagree with them, come from a place of gratitude, acknowledge that you appreciate them giving you that feedback. Doing so is a great way to ease the tensions around some potentially sticky topics. If you're able to apply these 3 steps, not only will you open up the lines of communication, but you'll also gain the utmost respect of your peers. And most importantly, in the process, you'll also learn how to get out of your own way and reach your highest potential. To level up your communication skills, subscribe and click the link tree in the description below to follow us on our other socials. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you on the next video.